Dear Hermann Graf, Your Excellency, Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin, dear participants, it's such a privilege to address you all at a time when we so much rely on digital infrastructure and, of course, its underpinning cybersecurity. I wish to thank in particular my good friend and committed partner at the World Economic Forum, Mr. Hermann Gref, the CEO and Chairman of the Executive Board at Sberbank, and of course also a member of the Board of Trustees of the World Economic Forum. The Forum has built an excellent relationship with the Russian Federation, both with the business community as well as with the government. I was pleased to meet with President Putin last year, and I look forward to deepening this relationship with you, Mr. Prime Minister, and your government. 2020, the year that has really changed the world. It is thanks to technology that we are able to join the cyber polygon entirely remotely, for the first time actually since World War II. The coronavirus pandemic marks a fundamental inflection point in our global course. While it is still early to assess the total impact of this pandemic, it is already visible that it has a catalyzing effect. The crisis has exposed the inconsistencies and inadequacies of multiple systems, our health system, to a certain extent, our economy, our employment, and our educational systems. It has shed light to structural shortcomings that had never been properly addressed before and which impede social cohesion, fairness, inclusion, and equality. Our existing fragmented global architecture is not fit anymore for purpose in the 21st century. It's high time for a great reset. Change is not happening. We have a choice to stay passive and see the negative trends unravel: inequality, polarization, nationalism, racism. If we do not stop those trends, will lead to a post-corona world that definitively is less sustainable, less equal, and much more fragile. On the other hand, we can instead use our time to reimagine our world and build a new social contract. We need a great reset that will shape a much more resilient system for the post-corona era. We have to mobilize all constituents. First, to foster economic growth, which creates fairer markets, fairer outcomes. Second, we have to invest in advancing our shared goals such as equality, protecting the sustainability of our shared natural resources, our global commons. Third, we have to utilize the innovation of the fourth industrial revolution to provide us really with better lives. Technology and cybersecurity are of crucial importance in this COVID era. One of the most striking and exciting transformations caused by the pandemic has been our transition to the digital of everything, both in our professional but also in our personal lives. It has come in a very short time, and technology has been central to the way we have collectively managed also the COVID-19 crisis. It still allowed us to interact on a personal basis. It still allowed us to a certain extent to maintain our business activities. But key was always the infrastructure which made possible the delivery of essential services, the continuation of business, and the maintenance also of social contacts, even in the most disruptive moments of the pandemic. Our reliance on digital services and infrastructure has exponentially increased due to the unprecedented connectivity which we have established now. From the adoption of large-scale working from home arrangements to the use of cloud services, e-commerce, e-health, e-education. Many tech leaders have noted that within a couple of months, we achieved such advancements in digital transformation that would have taken otherwise 2, maybe 3, maybe even more years. This paradigm shift to digital has made the role of cybersecurity as a global public good even more pronounced. It serves as an enabler for business continuity and the silver thread for our connectivity. Yet, as businesses and organizations are putting great efforts to serve their customers, deliver essential services, and protect their employees amidst the pandemic, cyber criminals have also been quick to exploit the increased vulnerabilities and the increased use that came along. The World Economic Forum recently published a COVID-19 risks outlook. The third greatest concern for companies surveyed is the increase of cyber attacks. We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. We have to ask ourselves in such a situation, how could we let this happen? Despite the fact we had all the information about the possibility and the seriousness of a risk attack. Cybercrime and global cooperation should be at the forefront of the global agenda. The grim reality is that cybercrime today is definitively a growth industry. It has significant financial costs to the global economy, but it has also important indirect costs. It can undermine the public confidence in digital transformation and therefore into the overall trustfulness of a society. There is no doubt that building digital trust and a secure internet for the global economy is one of the major challenges that no nation or company can solve alone. It requires a global response with strong private-public cooperation. In recognizing this need, the World Economic Forum launched in 2018 the Center for Cybersecurity to offer a global convening platform for governance, large corporations and civil society to address the systemic cybersecurity challenges and find joint solutions. It is obvious that governments have to play a leading role in securing cybersecurity, but ultimately, cybersecurity is a challenge for all of us. It is important to use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic. Since we are the first generation to have such levels of interconnectivity and global value chains, we need to take decisive action in preparing. I'm glad that Cyber Polygon is one of the great initiatives that address the need for building capabilities that enhance global cyber resilience and preparedness, fighting against cybercrime and cyber attacks. I'm particularly pleased to see the high number of leaders that join the cyber polygon this year. I trust you will have constructive dialogues and exercises on the most pressing challenges in securing our shared digital future. Our digital interdependence and interconnectivity in the COVID era makes the integrity of cyberspace an even more critical element of our collective future. I wish you every success.